welcome back to Community Hotline. My name is Monica Weitzel, and we're here in Gresham at MetroEast Community Media. We're going to end the show tonight on a up note, I think, because we're going to have a dog on the set, and that always makes me happy. So here, first of all, I'd like to introduce you to Heath. Hello, Heath. How you doing? Look how regal he is.
Just fine.
And Donna Fuller, you are the one raising Heath, correct?
I'm raising him. I'm a puppy starter for Coffee Creek Correctional Facility, which is a medium security prison here in Wilsonville, Oregon.
For women?
It's for women only,
Correct.
yes.
Okay. And Zoe Crines, you are the president of the Cascade chapter for Canine Companions for Independence.
Yes.
And that's what we're going to talk about here tonight, is Canine Companions for Independence. I've seen some of the videos and I've read some, and it just sounds like an organization that makes you feel good to be part of.
Definitely.
Am I right? Tell me a
Yes.
little bit about the history, if you could, Zoe.
Canine Companions was started in 1975. I don't know a whole lot of the whole beginning of the history. When I became involved, it was in 1999. My daughter was looking for an organization to work on her Silver Award for Girl Scouts, and we happened to come across, raising a service dog. And so we looked into it, and turned out that as long as a child has a parent who can help out, you can have children volunteers.
Wow. So she did that?
It's a volunteer program. We provide, Canine Companions for Independence provides service dogs for persons with mobility or hearing or facility. Facility dog meaning like working at an agency in order to provide service or kind of care for the people who are, within that agency.
Wow. So you have all sorts of groups. I mean, kids, right? Children, adults, seniors, and all sorts of disabilities represented.
We serve any kind of disability other than vision impairment. So it can be a child with special needs, somebody with a hearing deficit, or like Zoe referred to, a facility where the clientele might benefit from interaction with the dog.
Now, you in particular, you said you're training dogs to work with prisoners. Is that right?
Well, actually, our program is actually a training program inside the prisons. So we have a group of
prisoners are doing the training.
Right. We have a group of 11 inmates that are actually trained by one of our contract trainers that is hired from CCI, and she goes into the prison and trains the women to train the dogs with about 36 commands that they are using. The dogs live with the inmates on a regular basis, 24/7.
That makes a huge difference in their lives.
It does.
Right. I can imagine.
And we currently have 14 dogs in the facility right now.
Does that allow them? Do they learn enough that they could possibly use that when they get
Absolutely.
out for skills?
A lot of a lot of the inmates would go into a dog-related field because of the experience that they had, and it's a way for them to give back for something that that is very hard to repay.
Yeah.
So
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't see a downside to that.
it is. There isn't.
Right. Exactly. You sound like you really love your job.
I do.
That's great. So
I do.
And so what else? Oh, also, I understand you do some work with animals for veterans, for dogs for veterans, right?
We do have the Wounded Veterans Initiative, and we're able to pair up a veteran with a CCI dog, and it is about mobility, stability, a person who has, a veteran who has possibly lost an arm or a leg.
Right. You provided me a video, and I mean, actually, I watched several videos.
Oh,
and
great.
It's so heartwarming. I just about lost it sitting in my office looking at them. But you did provide a video, and I pulled out a section about, and it was about the veterans, and I'd like to take a look at that so people can kind of get an idea of how many things these dogs can do and how special the relationships are. So let's see if we can take a look at that now.
Okay.
Wounded Veterans Initiative provides highly trained assistance dogs at no cost to the veterans with physical disabilities.
My name is Jeffrey Adams. This is my service dog, Sharif, my canine companion.
Stay. Release.
I was in the military for 7.5 years with the United States Army. I was wounded in Baghdad in November 07 of 04 and lost my leg to a roadside bomb detonated 10 feet from me. And when I'm outside with Sharif or moving around town or getting on an airplane, people don't notice the leg. It's kind of funny. They just see the dog, and they just want to run up and pet him.
She is a big social bridge. People will come up, talk to me, say, oh, what a gorgeous dog, yada, yada. And before you know it, they're sitting down, they're at my eye level, and they're actually conversing with me besides something about me having a disability.
I had no idea a dog could be trained to do so many tasks, and it was surprising to see her just knock off each one that I asked her to do.
To me, they're the cream of the crop. There's not another group that can touch them in producing superior working dogs.
We have 30 years of genetic code in our dogs to really breed for this temperament, this intelligence, this focus, and a work ethic.
This is her third time doing this, so it's very, very new for her. Start out nice and easy. Good. Good girl. Tug. Yay! There we go. And she gives a little yank, and we have a party. Oh, nice job.
Before I had Maya, I realized that my life just included so much paying attention. And having been born deaf, I developed a lot of strategies for getting along with that. And at the time, it didn't feel like a big deal. But when I compared then and now, I realized that I'm spending so much less time, so much less effort on paying attention. And instead, I'm able to focus on talking with people, on reading, doing my homework, whatever I have to do, instead of trying to overcompensate by attending to everything in the environment. And now I can put some of the responsibility on her. And it's a pretty profound thing for me, especially to have this really beautiful animal that I trust, and in turn trust me. So it's a really nice relationship that we have.
Still choking. I love that. And this is a dog just like Heath here, right?
Right.
Let's take a look at Heath
Right.
here. Look at what a
Heath.
sweetheart.
Good boy.
I know. He's so calm, and he's just
very good
mellow,
boy.
and he's a doll. So Heath will be used in the prison system then, right?
Right, he's already in
being
Coffee
trained,
Creek being trained there. And what's very admirable for the inmates, the job that they do is at 18 months they give these dogs up.
Couldn't do it.
And then we take them down. We take them down to Santa Rosa, California, where they enter advanced training, and they're in advanced training for about 6 months before they're finally matched with their final recipient. Wow. And that is all done at no cost to the recipient.
That's wonderful. You know, one of the things that really struck me from that video is that the part about they got down on my level and they talked to me, and it was like as if their disability wasn't there anymore.
Right.
You know, and also the the quality of life has improved so much for the
especially
people that have
for
these
children who are in a wheelchair, and other kids are just not very comfortable with that. And so when they have a dog with them, children will come around.
So,
and so the child is able to
kids are
socialize.
afraid sometimes of the wheelchair or of a disability, because they don't understand.
And so this, this opens up so many worlds for, the children coming to the wheelchair, person, or to the person who is, with the disability.
Obviously, this has to cost a lot to train a dog like this. How are you funded for this training?
It's all volunteer donations.
Wow.
So we receive a lot of donations.
I know, you have a lot to say.
We also have a fundraiser that goes on once a year. We call it the Dog Fest. We have one coming up in Portland, September 13th.
September 13th, okay. And that's a Saturday or Sunday?
That's a Sunday.
It's a
Sunday.
Sunday,
That's
yes,
a Sunday.
okay. And we should have the information. We'll put it up on the screen about that. So do you have to, can anybody participate in this? Do you have to have a dog? What's the deal?
Yeah. It's, anybody can participate. It's a family and dog-friendly environment. It takes place 9 to 12. We are putting on or the Lions Club of Lake Oswego are putting on a pancake breakfast.
That's always good before you go for the walk, huh?
And we'll have dog-related activities. There'll be face painting, there'll be some music, and then there'll be a little walk in which people can go to like little booths and find out more about CCI and the graduates and just everything.
And that's going to be in, is it West? No, is it West?
It's in Lake Oswego at Millennium Park Plaza.
Okay.
Yes.
It's right downtown in Lake Oswego.
Do you go every year?
This is our second annual.
Oh, it's the second one. Okay.
This is the second one we're putting on.
Wonderful. That sounds like fun. What else do people need to know about about CCI that they don't know before we run out of time? If people are interested in volunteering, you have obviously it's a volunteer-run organization.
We're always looking for puppy raisers. If you're interested, go to cci.org. It's really easy to remember. There's a very easy way to fill out an application there to be a puppy raiser. We're really easy to get a hold of. The Cascade chapter has its own website. If you just Google Cascade chapter CCI, you'll get onto our website. So we always have volunteer opportunities.
We need puppy sitters, people who don't want to raise a dog. Or are unable to raise a dog. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But that they can help
something maybe that takes a little less commitment, but still
Exactly.
helps out. And I imagine there's other things that they can do too, huh?
And we also have our prison program has an Amazon wish list because their program is solely funded by donations also, and it costs a lot to house the dogs there and feed them and care for their needs. And so we have an Amazon wish list that's really easy to find.
So it's not just financial donations, there are in-kind donations too?
Yes.
Okay. Nice. Okay. Well, then if people are interested, they can go to the website, they can check it out. But if they just want to maybe get a flavor for what CCI is about, go to the Dogfest Walk and Roll.
Exactly.
That sounds like fun.
Exactly.
Good. Anything else? Any last words, things we should know about CCI before we
CCI is a nationwide program. We have 6 centers. So we have the headquarters are in Santa Rosa. There's also a center down in Oceanside, California, and then also in Ohio and Florida and New York.
And where was it started?
It was started, I believe, out here in California.
Wow. So how long have you been involved with that?
Since 2005.
2005. So you've both been with it for quite a while. What's the best thing you've gotten out of it personally?
For me, many people ask, how can you give up a dog? And my answer is, I don't give up a dog, I gain a family.
Do you keep in touch with the people?
Yes. The dog that I just recently gave up, she graduated and now she works for a 16-year-old teenage girl who has muscular dystrophy and has just opened up her independence in her life.
I imagine
it gives me chills.
I know it's going to make me cry. It would be so rewarding, I think, to be able to know that you played such a part in making somebody's life so much better.
The difference between them being able to live independently or not. The difference between a child having friends or not.
Oh, and that's heartbreaking, because and that happens.
Right.
It's very important.
Can you think of one experience that really, really touched you?
I had my first graduate was with a young girl, and she was having a very difficult time growing up, and her mother was wondering whether or not a dog would be just, a pet and another stressor in her life.
Right.
And when they got their dog Laith, her daughter all of a sudden had friends and was becoming very social, and her mom said, I can't imagine not having this puppy. So,
as a mom,
it's a big difference.
It's a really awful thought that your kids might not have friends. That's
exactly.
I mean, it really is. That's a really huge deal. And wow, how wonderful is that? And if there's somebody in a situation where they think they might be a candidate to receive a dog, that all is on the website also.
Go to the website.
Yeah, wonderful.
It's a very easy application program.
Great. You make it so easy. That's great.
We like
so much. And thanks to all your wonderful volunteers that do this. I mean, it takes a lot of themselves to be able to do that.
It does.
But to make a huge
Can't
difference.
imagine not doing it.
Yeah, I bet. Once you get in there, you're not going to get out.
You're hooked.
I love it. Right. Well, thank you so much for being here tonight, and thank you, my viewers here, for watching. And I hope you learned something about this wonderful organization, Canine Companions for Independence. They need your support. They need volunteers. So do check it out. And if you just want some more information, go to the Dogfest Walk and Roll, and we'll have the information on the screen. Thanks for watching Community Hotline. We'll see you here next week.
my documentary was more than I ever would have dreamed of doing.
This is a community media station.
It was phenomenal.
Ready, camera one.
What is it about this place that makes so many different people come together?
Ready, camera two.
Very professional, experienced people.
You can use these industry standard pieces of equipment.
Ready, camera three. Take three.
You don't have to be rich to do this.
Open people's eyes to something they've never even thought of before.
Cool stuff happens. It becomes this community.
That's going to really change who's telling the stories and who's controlling the messaging.